All right, what's good, everybody? We're here with Jack Trades, Level Up's first paid out trader. And so we're going to do a quick interview with him today. But before we get started, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. What's up, guys? You might know me as Jack Trades if you see me on Instagram or YouTube. I've been in the market since literally about COVID, so pretty long time now. I've been profitable for about the last 3 years with my trading. I mainly trade ICT concepts. I'm kind of known for trading PO3, a very time-based model, very simple way of trading. I've been trading with prop firms basically ever since I turned profitable. I have multiple six figures in payouts with multiple different prop firms. I've been live funded a ton of times. So I've been around the game for a very long time. I've been full-time with this for about 2 years now. So yeah, that's just kind of some background on me. I'm 22 years old currently. And, hopefully this year we're looking to get some more six-figure months in the bank, and hopefully Level Up's the one to do that.
Yes, sir. Amazing, bro. Amazing. All right, well, let's get into the first question I got for you. I want to know what brought you to Lvlup Futures and not the competition.
For sure. So I've traded with a ton of different prop firms, and the way I trade is I view prop trading as more of a diversification tool, kind of a technique for me to spread my risk out in a way. I trade prop firms in the way that I would allocate a stock portfolio where I'm never going to put all my money into exactly one firm or one copy traded account group. It's like putting all your money into NVIDIA. So I spread out my risk. And with Level Up, just looking at the rules, I have aggressive accounts and passive accounts, and Level Up makes it perfect for both. So really the rules as far as just drawdown, payouts, everything, it gives you so much room to play with, and you don't feel forced in the process. You don't feel like you're constricted in your trading, even if you are a heavier size trader. It's just very easy to navigate. The easiest evaluation I've ever passed by far, and probably the easiest payout I've also ever gotten, just because you have so much room to play with. And they just make everything really simple.
Yeah, man, exactly. I've been thinking the exact same thing. So I'm right there on the same page with you.
Sure,
but speaking of all the rules, right? So which one of the rules convinced you the most? Like, what was that one rule that was like, okay, this is fire?
For sure. So I think for me, it was the drawdown rules. I want to say we can talk about payout rules in a bit too, because those are phenomenal. But drawdown rules for me, especially, most prop firms in the game right now, if you have a 50K account, you don't have that much drawdown. Even if you have a larger account, you don't have that much drawdown. And it also might be intraday trailing. I trade with Take Profit Trader and Apex, which I'm not bashing those firms, but realistically, Apex has an intraday trailing drawdown. So if you're up 3K and your position goes back to break even, you couldn't even lose the trade and you'd lose your account. I don't like that at all in my evaluations. And Take Profit Trader, it's basically the same thing, but on your funded account, which also makes it really difficult. You have to get aggressive with the buffers. With Level Up, I saw that they have a 6% profit target and a 5% end of day trailing drawdown, which is crazy. Like, I could be up as much as I want, and it's just literally end of day balance. So that gave me a ton of room to play around with. And yeah, I've never seen a larger drawdown on any prop firm besides like maybe ones that are in the CFD space, which you can't even really compare. It's a different style of trading. So largest drawdown rules in the entire industry. That is perfect for me as someone who wants to like diversify my risk. So that's what reeled me in for sure.
Completely agree. That is definitely my favorite thing is the drawdown limit. Like with these prop accounts, you're paying for an account, but you're actually paying for the drawdown amount that you got, right? Like that's what you're paying for. So to have that more than the rest is way better. All right, cool. So what was your most expensive lesson in trading?
Most expensive lesson in trading. Well, I've definitely had quite a few. Early on in my career, I started off with options trading and I had beginner's luck. I didn't even know what I was doing, and I bought calls and I hit like a 300% play. And I'm like, this is the easiest thing in my life. And then I found out about prop firms too. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to start to leverage these as well, because clearly I think I'm profitable. Little did I know it wasn't going to be that easy. I didn't have my system yet. And I was working. I worked 2 jobs before I went full time. And the first one, I was a lifeguard. They weren't even crazy long shifts. It was like 5-hour shifts. And that paycheck was not large. I was working like 4 days a week, biweekly check. If I was lucky, was like $1,500 or $1,000 tops. And pretty much every time I got my paycheck, that instantly went into funded accounts. Futures accounts weren't even big at that time either. There wasn't many futures firms in the space. So, when I was buying a 100K account, I was spending $500 on that account. So yeah, I probably over $10,000 to $15,000 spent just on evals, from whether that be savings, from income from my job. Just went down the hole, realizing that, okay, I need to actually figure this shit out. I don't know if I'm profitable or not. I think I'm good at the charts and I think I'm going to make money. So that was definitely my most expensive lesson. So I had to go and actually track my data. I figured out I really wasn't profitable. And then it took me a long time to modify it into where I was profitable with risk management, psychology, strategy, all the pinpoints. So that was definitely the most expensive lesson.
Super relatable. Super relatable. If you get into trading, just know you're gonna have to spend money to make sure you learn how to do it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've never met anyone who hasn't gone through one of those downfalls before they make it. So
yeah, man. So you just got your first payout with Lvlup, right? So I want to ask you, how was your first impression with the payout process?
Yeah, so the payout process was phenomenal. But yeah, I'll be honest, first impressions for me, their payout caps were amazing. I mean, you can take basically 10% of whatever the account size is. So if I'm on a 100K account, I can take a 10K payout pre-profit split, which can be 70 or 80. So that's an $8,000 payout per account with $1 million in allocation too. So for me, that just screams 6-figure months, and a lot of other prop firms don't. So first impression was good. The only thing I was like, I'm not too huge a fan of was, it was like, okay, every 14 days is your payout period. But it's not 14 days from like, oh, it's on a calendar date. It's literally from when you start the account. So it's like, okay, if I'm not starting all these accounts on the same days, then I can still very easily take weekly payouts, weekly 8K, weekly 10K payouts, depending on how I'm trading. So I really like that. And as far as the payout process, once I requested it and I did my KYC and everything, instantly went through, and legit 15 minutes, I got the payout into my Rise balance. Like literally 15 minutes after they approved it, it was in my Rise balance, paid out.
Wait, so, actually?
Yeah, I'm so like, I can show you the notifications on Gmail. It's like payout approved, and then Rise balance updated 2100.
Oh, so that is great news. that is incredible to hear. I've been honestly dying to ask you that question because I wanted to know.
No, it was like actually lightning quick, and then boom, amazing. Payout. I'm able to trade on my account again right away. So that's amazing. That's as far as firms go. Like I like Take Profit Trader as well. That's one thing I always liked about them, is kind of their daily payouts, because you can get it so fast. But yeah, they approved it even faster than Take Profit Trader. Like it was like, boom, I'm ready to trade the morning I requested it. So
that's crazy.
Really good so far.
Wow. Well, nice job on that then.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So what annoys you the most about prop firms in general?
That's a great question. So one of the main things that annoys me, and this isn't necessarily too trading related, but a lot of the marketing with prop firms is really annoying if you know anything about marketing. For example, Apex, I don't want to go and name names and trash everybody, but why are we 90% off every single week? Why we're 90% off every week, and then, we're 80% off this week. It's like, just say that's how much your accounts cost.
Literally.
So I I like Level Up because they're really just focused on quality. They're not shilling some crazy discount. It's 10% off if you use a creator code, and it's, you know, obviously it's not a $9 account. That's also what I like, because if you're paying for a leverage tool and you're paying $19 for that leverage tool, that's just automatically always a kind of a red flag in my book. And I always look at prop firms in the term of evaluation spend to payout ratio. That's like how I view risk to reward. And with Level Up, it's really good. I can go and spend $150 on an account and I can go and get a 10K payout. That's an excellent risk to reward for me with a ton of room to play with. So I don't like how they always throw out these big discounts, like they're doing some special promo when that's just the normal price. And I also don't like how when they make it really cheap, you're kind of forcing that not almost gambling mindset on people, where it's like, okay, why do I care? This account's $9. I'm just going to full port it, right? Why would I ever take the time to trade this? So you're making people buy more accounts and having their mindset not focused on really sustainable trading in that measure. So again, that's what I like about Level Up. They're straight up with it. They don't shill some weird ass discount. It's just, you know exactly what you're getting, and it's a very high quality product. So that's what annoys me the most. And I'm glad Level Up is not at all associating with any of those types of marketing schemes.
Man, I could not agree more. Something I thought of a while back, I was like, man, you know, these prop firms are genuinely just built to create bad habits for traders. Like, this is not like you don't get good psychology from these accounts. Like, you don't get a good system out of it. So
yeah, all the
valid.
cheap accounts, and you see it all over the place too, even with like firms that offer like 10K accounts and stuff. It's $5, it's $2. It's like, you're just trying to collect cash off people looking for a quick buck. And, you know, this Level Ups, it's their whole goal is sustainable trading and making a sustainable trader, making a consistent trader, not just, oh, we want you to go and gamble and maybe get a good payout after spending thousands. So,
like, I don't want a scratch ticket. I want a genuine leverage tool.
Right, exactly. Well, we have our live accounts to the side. We want to just leverage the shit out of our money. That's what we're here to do, so.
Amazing, bro. All right, so where do you see yourself with Lvlup Futures in 2 years?
In 2 years, well, if I don't go like blind or deaf or some freak accident, then hopefully I'll be on at least the top 3 on the live funded trader leaderboard. My whole goal with these guys is to eventually get pushed to live, being Level Up Elite. You know, obviously maintaining accounts. I definitely want to have 7 figures in payouts with them. I don't put time barriers on myself. So if that takes shorter than expected, then great. If it takes longer than expected, then great. But overall long-term vision with these guys is 7 figures in payouts. And then obviously just being moved to live and hopefully being on that top leaderboard and just being able to represent the firm is one of the best traders in the space. That's really one of my goals here.
Incredible, man. Incredible. I have no doubt that you'll get there. You got it.
For sure. It's just a matter of time. 100%.
Exactly. And I like what you said about the time barriers thing. Like, that's doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes.
So many people fail because of that shit. It's like, it doesn't matter when you get to your goal. Just stick to your process and you'll get working there, you know?
Yep.
For sure.
All right. So, here's a good one. What would you change about Lvlup Futures immediately if you could?
Ooh, that's a good question. What would I change about Lvlup Futures immediately? So there would be kind of 2 things that I might change. And one of them, there's no chance that they could, you know, stay a profitable firm. That's kind of just me wishing, is if you just slice the consistency rule away. I like to take evaluations pretty aggressively. So if I could do anything, I would just slice the consistency rule. But obviously with diversification, this is going to be the firm where I'm going to main my like confirmation setups, my 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, 1-to-2.5s, kind of my base hits. So at the end of the day, it's not really going to matter unless I wanted to get with really aggressive accounts. So maybe I'd slice the consistency rule, or maybe have the payouts not be 14 days. But at the end of the day, if I have $1 million in allocation and I don't buy all those accounts on one day, then I'm going to be taking weekly payouts. So hard to really find something, but in a perfect world, an unprofitable prop firm gives these rules and no consistency rule, but we want to stay safe here, you know?
Exactly. And there's going to be give and take always, right? Like, especially
Sure.
with stuff like this. I mean, the rule is always like you get what you pay for, right? And so
Exactly.
if you got to pay a little more to have better, I'm willing to do that.
Totally fine with that. Yeah. Quality over quantity for me.
And actually, with Level Up, you can also have quantity as well. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
all right. So what do you expect from Level Up Futures that other prop firms couldn't give you?
Yeah. So as far as other prop firms, really just staying consistent. A lot of prop firms, what they end up doing is they'll make a rule change and they'll make it potentially even a little too advantageous for traders, realizing or not realizing that the space has come a long way. There's a lot of good traders, right? It's not really like 2 years ago. There's a lot of people who know how to navigate prop firms now. They make it a little advantageous, and then a month goes by, they get rinsed, and then they flip on a random hidden consistency rule. Apex will update the rules like every practically month at this point. And it's just, I want to continue to know what I'm getting. I don't want random rule changes out of the blue. That's, I've experienced that in the past and it just sucks. You think you're like, okay, great. I hit my consistency target. Oh, sorry. You need to build another 2K buffer to get there. So as long as they don't do that, and as long as they don't introduce buffers on the funded accounts as well, that's something that I work with on a day-to-day basis with other firms, and your eval spend to payout ratio just isn't as high as it would be without one, because you're taking more trades to build that buffer. It almost cuts it in half essentially. So just keeping rules consistent, not throwing out an email every 2 weeks saying, hey, you got to build another 2K buffer, or hey, our consistency rule, we just made it 30 instead of 40, just keeping it consistent for me. That's really all that matters. So all I have to do is just focus on trading in my process and not worry about all the other shit that's going on. Right.
Yeah. Or, pull a top step and you can request 5K one day and then 2K the next.
Yeah, I literally stopped trading with them when they did that.
Bro, that's crazy.
I was like, all right, well, now I'll just trade with Level Up.
When I saw that, I was all, uh-oh.
Yeah, and they're trying to fix it now, and it's just jumbling everything up.
Yeah, man. Consistency is key. Like, I don't want to worry about having to go reread the rule section to make sure that I'm doing things right. Like, I want to just get going and trade and focus on that.
It's always more than the email, too.
Yeah, always gotta get
always like 10 pages in
fine
FAQ,
print. Yeah, like, exactly.
So, done with hidden rules, that's for sure.
All right, so we'll take a step away from just Level Up for a sec, and I want to know what separates you from 90% of the traders who fail.
That's a really good question. For me, I am a very data-based person. I need to see absolute proof in what I'm doing is profitable. And if I don't, I'm going to make changes. A lot of traders will know that they might have to journal or they might have to throw screenshots of their trades in, but they don't really do anything with that information. They'll kind of just be like, oh, I'm green or I'm red on the month. Oh, it's just process. I would dig in my data literally every single day from being unprofitable. And I still do it today, not as frequently because I have a very set process now, but I'm always looking for places to improve. And if something's good, then I don't touch it. Once I'm good, once I'm making good money, once I'm profitable, then don't touch it unless shit starts to hit the fan. You have to make modifications. A good example of that is I actually was profitable at this point, but it wasn't really anything life-changing. It was, okay, I'm paying my bills. That's great. But if I lose a month, then I'm going to be a little worried. I need to go in my data and see what's good. I know I'm a good trader, but what's going on? And after picking apart everything, I looked at my Monday win rate specifically, and it was just drastically lower than every other single day of the week. So I cut out Mondays. My win rate increased by over 10%. And from then on, I started to get a lot more profitable just with my normal accounts. So there's that, being heavy data focused. And then also, again, just being diverse in my risk. I see a lot of traders will go and immediately get 20 accounts and copy trade all of them after their first payout. And it's like, okay, you could go and spend $5,000 to do that, or you could split the two groups and have twice the chances to do it. So that's something that's helped me, especially just in my prop firm career. But I would say those are the two main things that really separate me from the rest, for sure.
Yeah, man, very important. Like knowing your data and knowing when you need to make changes has to happen,
For
right?
sure.
Has to happen.
For sure. Definitely.
All right, brother, this is my last question for you. What would you tell a trader who is still doubting whether or not to join Level Up?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would first ask them what firm they are with right now, and then you can basically look at every single rule at that firm and be like, Level Up's better, especially with payout caps too. If I know a lot of traders personally that are at the point where they're at like that, kind of 4K a month, 2K a month mark with prop firms. And they're spending a decent amount, but overall they're still profitable. At the end of the day, the payout caps are really holding people like that. Because if Lucid's popular in the space right now, you can only take $2,000 per account from them. And if you're a trader who's not maybe at kind of our advanced level yet, where you're spending a lot on evals, you can go aggressive. You're maybe only taking 1 to 2 accounts and maybe 1 to 2 payouts. And with evaluation spend, $4,000 in payouts, you probably spent $1,000. That's maybe $3,000 on a good month. If you have one account with Level Up and you're trading good, you can literally run a 150K account up to 15K and get a 5-figure payout and then continue to reinvest it. It's the scale with this prop firm. That's again why I'm so excited to trade with these guys, because like I said earlier in the interview, this firm screams 6-figure months to me. And I'm sure, once that happens, probably get moved to live, which is obviously okay because their environment's going to be amazing for it. But yeah, this firm screams scale to me. And if you're stuck anywhere from like 1 to even 5K a month, then this will pretty much, just by trading this firm in your normal process, immediately take you to that next level. So that's probably what I would say for sure.
Dude, I completely 100% agree with that, because like the thing is that's why everybody dives into trying to copy trade, right? Because they're like, man, I don't want to grind this account to 4, 5K and only be able to take out 2K. So
right,
I got to do it with 5, 10, blah, blah, blah accounts. Then you're adding pressure, stress, and you're spending way more. Whereas why not just grind one account and take out a bigger payout than all of the, than 5 50Ks combined, right?
Exactly.
Like you just grind one account. It's low stress, low risk, because you're only trading one at a time. And so it's like, that's the problem, is the payout caps, right? The payout caps force people to want to copy trade. Here, you don't even have to do that because you can take out way more than any other firm. So it's like,
exactly. And I've found this like traders, in my opinion, we're always going to have emotions at levels we're at. We've obviously learned to control them. Like we have them, we just don't act on them. When I'm trading with Level Up, I kind of find like, especially with greed, that goes away because I know I have a larger payout cap. And what I mean by greed is a lot of people will be like, oh, that's only $2,000. Like in the scope of things, I've been trading for 8 months and all I get is a $2,000 payout. Now I need to go and get more accounts. With this, it's like we said, I don't have to focus on anything but my trading. It's just me in the charts taking my trades. I don't have to worry about Trade Syncer. I don't have to worry about managing a ton of other accounts. It's literally, I'm just trading me and my process on the charts. It eliminates the emotions from it, really, with that large of a payout cap for me.
agreed, man. Agreed. Well, that was all I have for you today, man. Not
Sweet.
sure if there's anything else you want to end off on.
Yeah, I mean, for me, guys, this is going to be the prop firm that I'm going to main. Like I've said, I've been live funded with multiple firms. I've multiple six figures in payouts with prop firms themselves. So, um, not to like toot my own horn, but a trader of this caliber looking at this firm and saying, hey, this is really going to be my main firm, that definitely says something. I have a very large brand online. I would never put that brand at risk unless I truly believed and trusted in this firm, its vision, and its rules. And I'm really excited to see this firm on the top three charts. Lucid,
Same.
Top Step, Apex, TPT, watch out, because I think this is easily, once enough traffic gets to it, it's going to be a top five, top three firm in the entire space. No doubt in my mind.
100%. I'm
For
right
sure.
there with you, man. Cool. All right, man. I think that's going to do it. And make sure to go check out Level Up
For sure, guys. See you later.
later.